How many of you have heard that phrase?
Men bring the crazy out of women.
I don't believe it. Now, I could be biased. I call BS because I feel like I'm not rich, famous, or handsome enough to incite the type of insanity that I've encountered while dating.
So insane, it's an enemy, a bad man.
It's there already in some form or another. Maybe, just maybe, I tap into it. Something happens that might activate the crazy.
Activate.
But I don't buy it. For example, long ago, in a land and city far, far away, there was a woman I was interested in. For the sake of this, let's call her Lissa. Oh man. After casual conversations and flirting and whatnot, Lissa and I decided to go out on a date. Standard procedure.
What's the procedure?
Nothing out of the ordinary there. I was very, very new to the area, so I didn't really know it as well as she did. So the agreement was pretty much, as a gentleman, I was gonna pay for the date, which is fine. However, she was going to pick the place. I pick her up around, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock, pre-COVID, so places were open past, I don't know, 4 p.m. Now, as we're driving, I noticed that she has like a very fresh, like, set of stitches on her head. Now, I didn't want to be rude, but I knew she was gonna catch me staring because, like, whoa! So I found a nice gentlemanly way to ask her. Wow, yeah, yeah, that's crazy. So, what's going on with that? She tells me on our first date, her and her ex-boyfriend were driving around. They start arguing about something, and in the middle of the argument, in the middle of traffic, she opens this car door and leaps out. You heard me. She opens the door and leaps out while the car is moving.
Hey man, there's so many different reasons why she might have felt in danger for her life. She might, you know, you don't know what was going on.
Nah, bruh. I definitely asked the questions. This man was not physically threatening her. He had never hit her before. He did not have a firearm. In fact, when I asked, she pretty much replied,
I wish a nigga would.
No, so no, it was no threat. She told him to pull over, and because he didn't immediately pull over, she decided, I'm just gonna jump out of a moving vehicle. So yeah, because I'm a glutton for punishment, maybe I was trying to win some unknown award, some karma. Maybe I just was suicidal and wanted to die. So because I was very uncomfortable and it was awkward, I changed the subject. Instead of changing the plans where I take her home instead of being a glutton for punishment, she comes up with what she said was the perfect place. Listen, not for nothing. To each his or her own. Please don't let the hoodies and workout clothes that I've been posting videos in fool you. I am not the person who normally goes to certain types of establishments, especially on dates. Suffice to say, I was taken aback when we pulled up to her recommended location. We walk in and immediately there's airport level metal detectors at the door, wands, and then the security themselves looked like off-duty Navy SEALs, like cartoon characters, just the largest human beings that you could ever imagine. To this day, I can't describe to you how unnecessary and crazy that pat-down process was. People are smoking indoors, which was a very big deal for that city. Even though I got pat down and I got the metal detector wand, I know that that dude over there had a firearm on the dance floor. This dude had a 9. I can see it.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger!
I'm watching drug transactions in this club, yo. This is not the place that I need to be, especially as someone who is very new to the area.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger!
So now all my red flags are going off because all of my friends know that I have gone on the worst dates. Craziest stuff happens to me that's never happened to regular people. I'm getting patted down, I'm seeing all this stuff go on, I'm looking for and at every additional exit, thinking of excuses to get out of there. So I noticed there's a section that's off the dance floor, off the bar, that people are in there chilling, and it looks a lot more quiet. It looks like they're making food over there. I'm thinking, well, this is a date. let's go. 2 seconds later, she sees like 3 or 4 other people that she knows, one of which was the DJ. They call her over. She asked me if I wanted to meet them or whatever. Oh, that's a bet. I'm about to go to the bathroom real quick. It's over in the quiet set. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna be right over there. The night got increasingly more whack. I didn't tell y'all this was a victory story for me. In hindsight, maybe she was embarrassed about the story she told me. Really not that good at disguising my disgust for things. So when she went with the DJ and her people, I went to this other section, got a couple of drinks, and I had fun with a group of female strangers that I'd never met before until she saw me talking to these other women and decided to come back over there. But by then, the damage was already done. I dropped her off and literally never went out with her again. Soon after that, she'd gotten fired from 2 of her jobs for stealing. One of them was really bad. I think they had to escort her out with the police. Following that, she blocked me after some very long message. Since we weren't dating, I wasn't bringing value to her life. This doesn't serve me, whatever, whatever. Hey, look. You're right. I was not serving you at all. Hold that block party. I want to be in attendance. But that's exactly why I feel like people don't make people crazy. There's a certain level of crazy in everyone. You might poke the bear and then it wakes up and then, you know, you're kind of in a whirlwind, or you figure out where the crazy's at and you decide whether or not you want to deal with it. But I will say I appreciate her honesty. She could have easily not told me that story. She could have made up a story, and that's cool. So I guess the moral here is, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them.
Didn't they tell you that I was a savage? You needed.
What's going on with that? Looks pretty fresh.